Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd do the end of summer book tag. This was created by Simply a Book Lover, and I was tagged by Steve Donahue a few days ago. It's a rather appropriate tag. It was 50 degrees when I woke up this morning, Fahrenheit. Bright, clear, beautiful day. It's my favorite time of year. Um, so let's get right to the questions. Summer camp. Which book had your favorite new character? And these are characters I knew about. Dipped into the books a little bit, but I'm starting the series from number one. Try to get through, I think there's 6 volumes, and that's Fritz Leiber's Swords of Deviltry. I just read this month, and it's Fafhrd and Grey Mouser. Fafhrd's a northern barbarian, and the Grey Mouser is southern from the cities and a thief, or actually sort of a combination. He was training to be a mage, and there was some magic background in Fafhrd's history too. So he's not just a sword wielding barbarian. There's a little depth there too. I found them very, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of them. The second question is summer vacation. What was your favorite book of the summer? That would be this one, Lois McMaster Bujold. It's a Miles Verkossigan adventure, Komar. Bean Books in this case, and it was published in 1998. This is one of my favorite sci-fi series. I believe it won an award at the World Science Fiction Convention in Finland this year. I should probably double check that. But in either case, I really, really have always enjoyed the series. I think through the winter here, I'll work my way through more of them and even reread the few that I've read. Number 3, Summer Rain, least favorite book. I'm going to take 2, but they're out of the same series. I read 2 because I really wanted to give it a shot. I understand how big manga is and how huge a part of the culture it's become, popular culture. And I really, really wanted to enjoy the first series I chose, and I chose it because it is such a big series. And that was the first 2 books in Naruto, I guess that's how you say it. It was good because I got to train myself on how to read manga. And parts of the stories I enjoyed, and I enjoyed the format. I just didn't like the character. I thought he was a real pain, to be honest with you. So, I know a lot of folks love him, so don't hold it against me. Number 4, Last Days of Summer, a book you wish you'd read this summer. It's always the same answer with me because I'm still struggling through Jacques Berzon's biography, first volume of his biography of Hector Berlioz, the composer. I basically just decided I'm going to finish the first volume by the end of the year, and I don't even know if I'll ever get to the second one. I think it was just, so it's not. There's nothing wrong with the book. It's my own limitations. Number 5, assigned summer reading, favorite classic of this summer, and that would be Pioneers of France in the New World by Francis Parkman, and I've got it in this Library of America edition, which I love. So here's the title page, and let's see here. This volume has more than one book in it. There's many of his writings in it. I actually have 2 volumes of Parkman's writings in the Library of America series. I have quite a few Library of America. It's fascinating, fascinating history, written by a historian who knew how to write. And a lot of it was either I'd only knew hints about before, or I knew nothing about. And a good pace. So if it's for an older history, if you like those sorts of things, which I do, I would strongly recommend it. It was absolutely wonderful. So that should bring us to number 6, which is back to school shopping. Favorite book obtained this summer? Well, that would be this. Bernard Cornwell. I have not read this. Warriors of the Storm. And let's see here. I love this series. This was published in 2016. What I've been doing with these Saxon tales is I've been buying them even if I'm not caught up. I've read the first 4, which are The Last Kingdom, The Pale Horseman, Lords of the North, and Sword Song. After that, I need to read The Burning Land, Death of Kings, The Pagan Lord, and The Empty Throne, and this Warrior of the Storm. So I own 9 of them. I know there's a 10th out now. And at first I struggled a little bit with the pronunciations. And then I said, you know what? Pronounce them in your head. It's going to be fine. Enjoy the stories. And like Bernard Cornwell almost always is, they're very action-packed. The story of Uhtred of Bebbanburg. And they take place in England centuries ago. And I just love them. I started off with Bernard Cornwell with the Sharp books, Richard Sharp. A lot of you will remember the TV series with Sean Bean, who played Sharp, and they were a group of riflemen. Loved those. Got tons of them, and I'll do a shelf tour of them eventually. And that series is my favorite. But this one, the Saxon Tales here are wonderful too, and I know that's a TV series. I won't watch it until I read all the books. And like I say, I've got 5 that I own I have to read yet. So that's 9, and then there's one in the stores right now. That'll be 10. But this time around, when I got Sharp, I found a few old hardbacks around. I didn't know anything about them, and they'd been out for a while. And so a lot of my Sharp, and I think I have them all, are in the Penguin papers. I do have a few hardcovers, but mostly they're Penguin papers, and they're a little worse for wear. But I don't give them up until I replace them with a hardback. I love them that much. And those take place in the Napoleonic era. But so this series, the Saxon series, I'm trying to work my way through, and I was really glad to find this hardback, and I'll get the 10th one here soon, I hope. Okay, number 7, First Day of School. First book you plan to read this autumn. Well, I almost never read a single book at a time. So, and just how the pace goes for me decides which one would be first. So I have just started. Let's see, I'm 28 pages into this brand new volume that Mr. Donahue sent me. It's The Massacre of Mankind. Stephen Baxter, which is a sequel to H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And I already just dipped into it. It's already very good. Crown, New York. And let's see here, 2017. So it is authorized by the H.G. Wells estate. And so that's the one I'm reading. And the other one is David Weber, War of Honor. Let's see, it's a a 939-page paperback. Science fiction, military science fiction. Honor Harrington is the main character. I love these books. I've read a few of them, and the first one is on Basilisk Station. If you go to the Bean Books website, if you sign, make an account, they will give you some of their books as ebooks for free, and that's to interest you in the series. And they will give you On Basilisk Station and The Honor of the Queen for signing up. And those are the first two in this series. And if you like military sci-fi, these are the wonderful. The heroine is really compelling, and the stories, they're space opera on a grand scale. So I'll try to link the Bean Book site down below. And like I say, I've got the first two on my phone, actually. So those two would be, I'll finish one of them before the other. Who knows which it will be. So that is the end of summer book tag. I have no idea who's been tagged on this. On the off chance that Earnestly Eston hasn't been tagged, I'll go ahead and tag him. And maybe the medieval reader. So I'd like to see what both of them have to say. And that brings us to fall. Thank you, BookTube.